Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Doc at Padama and this time we are going to discuss the process of writing your theoretical conceptual framework. Before we continue, please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Doc at Padama and click that notification bell to alert you when a new video has been uploaded just like this one. If you have already subscribed to this YouTube channel, then do not forget to click the thumbs up or that like button for this particular video. Now, on to our discussion for today. How to write the theoretical or conceptual framework. The process is the same for both theory or concept. So, I'll use this to identify the part of the topic that I'm discussing. So again, whether it's a theory or concept, the process is the same. So the difference would be the content and the idea between a theory and a concept. So this is where we are going to start our discussion. What is a theory? What is the concept? Or what is a concept? And then what is a framework? The role and the function of a framework. So on the first paragraph, first part of our discussion, based on this definition, a theory presents an explanation to understand a phenomenon. It is classified as a general idea accepted by a community, specifically scientific community or the research community, while a concept is an abstract referring to parts, an incomplete idea, usually part of a theory. So when you put these concept together, or when you put this abstract idea together in a concept, they usually form the theory. So there is a theory that usually has a concept, but usually a concept does not have their own theory. Okay, so again, for this particular illustration, a theory may contain a concept. But a concept is, again, an abstract idea that stands by itself. There are theories that also present a concept or concepts based on what we have discussed. The next one, a framework is a guide. So again, the third term that we should clarify before proceeding with the actual sample of a framework is the definition of a framework, which is a guide and the foundation of a study. It is roadmap on what you should do, and it also shows the variables, the domains that you're going to use in your research, which is also reflected in what we call the statement of the problem. So again, by definition, a framework is a guide and the foundation of a study because it shows the reader and also the writer of the research or the study where he or she should go and what are the variables included in the goal or objective of the study. Next, to continue, theories and concepts usually present, again, as discussed earlier, what we call domains and variables, and the relationship of these domains with each other, and the relationship of these variables with each other. The study, the relationship of these variables and domains to the study being conducted. So this should be relevant. The domains, variables contained in the theory or concept should be relevant to the study being conducted. Therefore, you should not use any theory nor concept that is irrelevant or does not have something to do with the study that you are conducting. Theories and concepts are used in order to provide support to the claim that you have presented in your manuscript. So, example of this claim is that you claim that there is an existing problem. You claim that there is a problem in reading comprehension of students. You claim that there is a problem in the competency of teachers. These theories or concepts usually support these claims. Okay? Now, to continue, the flow and relationship of these domains and variables will be adopted in the study or the research. Thus, this serves again as a guide in conducting the research. That is why it is important. It is empirical that the theory or concept should directly reflect the the parts, the variables, the domains in your study, so that you will clearly see the direction of your research. To continue, if a theory was chosen as a basis for study, this will be referred as what we know as the theoretical framework. Okay? While on the other hand, if a concept is used in the study, this will be referred to as a conceptual framework. So again, the same process applies with a theory or a concept. If you use a theory, it will be called a theoretical framework. If you use a concept, it will be called a conceptual framework. Okay? So the process is simple. And again, this is applicable to both theoretical framework and conceptual framework. So we only have 3 steps for writing the process of the theoretical conceptual framework. Number 1 is to present the name or title of the theory or concept. Present the name or the title of the theory or concept. The next one, present the author or the writer of the theory or concept. And then present the characteristics of the theory and concept and the idea. Okay. After doing this, discuss the domains or variables included in the theory or concept. And then the third is present the relevance of the theory or concept to your study. How is this related? How does this support the study that you are conducting? We have an example conceptual framework, and I would just like to show you the overview of this framework. So, overview, if we're going to minimize the screen, you can see that there are barely 3 paragraphs in this particular example. So you have the first paragraph here, the second paragraph together with the diagram for the conceptual framework, and then the last paragraph. So again, the content of this sample conceptual framework also reflects the process that I presented earlier, process 1, 2, and 3. Okay? So, again, after presenting the example, these are the sample theories that you may want to look into and you may want to use in your respective research proposal in the future. So, we have the following sample theories. Number 1, we have the theory of learning and development by Lev Vygotsky. Specifically zone ZPD or zone of proximal development, together with its characteristic and the variables included, which is reflected in the diagram. So again, on this particular example, on the first example, I have already presented the title of the theory, the author of the theory, the idea of the theory, and the variables included in the theory. So this is the title of the theory. You have the writer of the theory, the characteristic, and the idea behind the theory, and then you have the variables included in the theory. So again, all you need to do now is to construct the narrative that will present the relevance of this theory to the research that you are conducting. So that is how you simply the simplified version of how you should write the theoretical or conceptual framework. So again, presenting another theory or other theories that you may want to look into when writing your research paper are the following. Some of these are already familiar with you. We have the MI theory, which is the multiple intelligences theory by Howard Gardner, which presents that there are various intelligences aside from the general intelligence that we are aware of before. Okay? So again, the elements that I discussed earlier are included here. And then let's move on to another theory, cognitive learning theory. I'll just go through these theories because there are a handful of them. So we have transformative learning theory, we have the cognitive learning theory, behaviorism, constructivism, humanism, social learning theory, experiential learning theory. So there are writers who always tell me that they have hard times in searching for a particular theory. There are a lot of theories and concepts available for your study. All you need to do is really identify the source or the website wherein you can really maximize and present specific ideas or topics that you want to search. So again, try to search a specific website or source wherein you can really get the specified or specific information that you want to get from that particular site. Okay, so again, thank you very much everyone for listening in this discussion on how to write the theoretical conceptual framework. And again, there will be recommended videos that will be flashed at the side of your screen that will help you in writing your research paper, from forming your research title up to writing chapters 1 to chapter 5. And there will also be videos regarding tips and advices that you can use during your research defense. Thank you very much, everyone. Stay safe and God bless. See you on our next video. Goodbye.